How many times did you seriously consider quitting? I'll say in general, but then especially
No, dude, none.
with injury.
No, I know Carp. There's no way, dude.
Well,
there's no way. I guarantee you. No way.
There was not one injury where you were like, "Oh, I'm fucked. This one's terrible." I mean, you amazingly came back so often, and we're great with it. It's a compliment.
I know, but he's gonna say no.
Most guys we've interviewed or spoken to, even current guys, would be like, "Yo, after that, I didn't know. I thought about this, that."
But I know him. He ain't that guy.
Never, Carp?
No.
Wow.
There was many a times where I was disappointed and upset, but I never felt like quitting, man. Like I still, obviously we joke around when you get old, you can't do it anymore, but I would love to still be out there competing and dealing with that everyday grind. It was a lot of fun. But again, you just get to a point where you can't do it. But every single surgery, including the last one, those last 2 years were a struggle. We win the World Series in 11. I throw a ton of innings, and I start getting ready for spring training in 12, and that's when all that numbness in my arm started happening. I was like, dang, this is kind of weird. And it got to a point where we had to figure it out, and I literally couldn't feel the baseball. So even that, I could have easily walked away. Again, 36 years old, just won a World Series and sat there and sucked on the money over the next 2 years. But that's just not my personality. I owed it to the organization that believed in me. I owed it to myself, and I owed it to my teammates to continue to grind. And again, I was able to make it back at the end there and pitch a few. I think I made 3 starts at the end of the season, and a few in the playoffs, and then the same thing happened in 13. And your body will tell you when you're done, and that's what it did. I couldn't execute the way that I wanted, and I wasn't going to go out there and embarrass myself or my teammates.
Dude, listen, we've had some nights, him and I, drinking some adult beverages on the golf course, and we've talked a lot. And listen, there's certain dudes you talk to, and you're like, he'll grind through anything, right? And there's other guys, Carp will tell you, there's other guys you talk to, and they're like, I don't know, he got a hangnail, he might miss a couple weeks. But listen, one thing about Chris Carpenter, we didn't get to play together, but I watched him a lot and got to know him a little bit. This dude was not giving up. He was good. If he could pitch, if his arm was hanging on by a thread and that one thread wasn't going to break, he's like, I'm chucking that curveball up there as long as I can. I have mad respect for people like that.
I think it's important, right? I think it's important that I got to the point after that first surgery that for me, it was, you never knew when your last one was. So there was urgency there. And again, I just had this conversation with a guy the other day. You have to have urgency in what you're doing, and it has to be important to you because it goes by so fast, and you never know, like I said, when your last one is. So that's the way that I felt. If I wasn't going to make an excuse, if I went out and took the ball, and I didn't pitch well, it wasn't because I was feeling poorly. It was because I didn't pitch well enough. So I wasn't going to make an excuse on injury. If I was going to make the decision on, I'm just going to go out and do it. And if I literally can't do it, then that's what happens. And, unfortunately I dealt with injuries, but I was going to do everything I could to take that ball that day and stay out there as long as I can.